Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chrissy, and today I'm going to be doing my makeup and talking about one of the topics in business that is one of my absolute favorites, and that is email lists. It's such a not sexy topic, but when I tell you it is the most effective when you put the work into it, oh my God. You guys, you have no idea. So I'm going to be doing my makeup today. I want to kind of change how I am approaching this channel this year. I want to make filming videos easy for myself. So we're going to be doing my makeup, getting ready for the day, and talking about email lists. So like I said, I know it is a super not sexy topic. When we're thinking about marketing, we always kind of default to Instagram or TikTok or like the flashy marketing pieces, right? The marketing pieces where you're creating like a lot of video or photos, right? Mostly video, especially nowadays. But email lists is the most effective, unsexy marketing piece that you will work on in your business. So if you don't know like what an email list is, it's essentially a list of all of your customers, all of your potential customers, and all of like people who have come across your business and might be interested in purchasing from you or joining your community in the future. So the reason why I love email lists so much and why I harp on about them so much is kind of twofold. The first is that I am sick of dealing with algorithms to reach my potential customers every single time I want to reach them. And that includes customers who have already purchased from me. Because if you don't have an email list, like even if you have a Facebook group, you're still going to be fighting with algorithms to speak to those customers who are honestly more likely to buy from you again. It's easier to convert somebody to buy again than it is to like convert a first-time customer. The second thing is that no matter what your goals are for your business, whether you want to take this full time, whether you want it to be a side hustle, whether you want to grow like an empire, whether you honestly have no idea what your goal is for your business, automation and automating as much as you possibly can should be the most important thing. Why? Because automation, while it does take more work to set up initially, it's going to free up your time tenfold in the long run. So imagine this scenario. Imagine if you built your business and all you were doing was focusing on Instagram and TikTok. You didn't have an email list. You just like didn't feel like it was worth your time because you have so many things to do and you can't take the time to like pause on anything to set up your email list. And then imagine like 2 years from now or a year from now or whatever, a few months, you've totally blown up and you're so busy. So you're still creating that content every single day, multiple times a day. You're still creating new products. You're still packaging orders. You're still doing all of these things. And you can't take a break from creating that content because it's literally the only way that you have to communicate with your people. So if you stop from the outside, it looks like your business stops too. And when your business stops from the outside, more than likely your sales are also going to stop too. The beauty about an email list is that if you had taken the time to actually set it up, when you need to pause to focus on something else in your business, like when you need to pause, like posting on Instagram and posting on TikTok, your email list is still going to be doing all of the work in the back end for you. So you are stopping, you are taking a break, you are prioritizing what's most important in your business at that time, but your customers are still hearing from you and your potential customers are still hearing from you and your potential customers are still being marketed to and pitched to buy your products. So your sales are continuing. Do you see what I mean? So on one hand, you stop, your business stops. On the other hand, you stop, your business keeps running. That's my number one reason why I love email lists so much. Like in my full-time job, for example, at Moxie Life, I work in a lot of different parts of the business. Email lists is one of them. So if I, for a few weeks, don't have a chance to touch emails, like a manual email, I know that I've put in the work in the back end so that every new customer that comes to our site is getting an email from us every so often that is intentional, that's effective, that is bringing them back to our website or bringing them to Club Moxie for our community membership program. I know that if I pause, my work is still working. So you might be thinking, okay, fine, I get the value of an email list. Now, the thing is, when you choose an email service provider, they're not all created equal, unfortunately. And it really depends on the type of business that you have, which one you're going to go with. For me and my service-based business, I use ConvertKit. That works really well for me. You can use it for Shopify, and I have a bunch of tutorials in Planner Boss Academy that teaches you how to use it with Shopify. It's not the best for a Shopify integration. For Moxie Life, we did used to use ActiveCampaign, and I will say again, I think ActiveCampaign is better suited for service-based businesses, courses, or something like that. People with like sales leads, which like for the type of business that you're probably running watching this, you probably don't have that. It was clunky. I didn't like it. It wasn't super intuitive when it came to Shopify. So last year we actually switched to what is now my absolute favorite when it comes to Shopify and e-commerce, and that is Klaviyo. When I tell you Klaviyo is so intuitive and so helpful when it comes to product-based businesses creating email lists and automations, I am not lying. Inside Klaviyo, not only does it have like, and this isn't sponsored or anything, this is just like what we use and what I love. So not only does Klaviyo like have like a really seamless integration to the point where like, if you don't want to set up your automations for your email list right now, you don't have to. Like literally all I want you to do after this video is create a Klaviyo account and plug it into your Shopify, like connect the app, and it'll start like collecting data for you, and you can like segment off of that like in the future. What I love about Klaviyo is that the integration is really seamless. The data that you can get from your customers is really, really great. Like you can like set up automations in Klaviyo that's basically like, you can say if somebody views this product, I want to send them this email like a day later or something like that. Like you can really, really drill down. And what I also love about them is that when you go in to set up the automations, like you're not doing it from scratch because they have a ton of, I think they call them recipes that you can go off of that you can copy. They have like all of the time delays set up. They have like the segmentation set up. Basically, you could just like go in and change like what the actual email says to fit your brand. And you can just like plug and play and go. It is literally so easy. So I absolutely love Klaviyo and I recommend it to everybody who is starting an e-commerce business. So we've gone over the importance of a list, the email service provider that I love. Now, one of the biggest pain points is what the hell do I send my email list? So in terms of what to send, I feel like a lot of people really overthink this, and it's really not, it's not that deep. It's like that's like one of my phrases right now. People overthink this a lot. Now, when it comes to automations, the point of an automation isn't to send like a ton of value and a ton of like text heavy. The point of an automation is literally just a touch point. I want you to think of like an automation like this. So say, for example, if you're anything like me, when I find a new brand or a new person that I love on like TikTok, for example, if I buy their product, I'm like super interested. Like I like go back and I like watch their videos. I get like invested in like who the owner is. I really like to know like the person behind the brand. And I really like to kind of like immerse myself in that. And it's almost like a hyperfixation on like a brand or a product or like a TV show or anything like that. That is how I kind of want you to think about it. So you want somebody, when they come to your website, sign up for your email list, you want to keep having those like touch points. So it's like, hey, yeah, I know you saw me. Here I am again. Here's another thing you might be interested in. Here's another piece of useful information you might be interested in. Oh, you're starting to forget about me? Here I am again. Don't forget about me. I kind of want you to think of it like that. So automations are kind of just more touch points, and it really depends on like what the automation is when you're talking about like what to actually send in each email. So say, for example, we have like a post-purchase automation, and I've segmented this by the first time somebody buys, the second time somebody buys, and the third time somebody buys. Each time they get like a thank you email from Sierra, our founder. Thank you for your purchase. If you have any questions, definitely like reach out to customer care, reply to this email. Everybody gets that. If you're a first time customer, a few days later, you also get an email with some links to useful resources that will kind of get you familiar with the planner and the community, like links to like our Facebook group or our Instagram, our YouTube channel with like all of our goal setting series linked there, so you can like kind of get familiar with the system before your planner arrives. When they make like a second or third purchase, I have another segment that's like, hey, are they in Club Moxie? If they're not in Club Moxie, hey, maybe let's let them know about Club Moxie to see if they might want to join, because they're familiar with our system. They're obviously into personal development and growth. Club Moxie might be a good fit for them. So it really just depends on what you're trying to say. Another one that I have, for example, is our quarterly planners. I have an automation that says 3 months after this person purchases a planner, let's email them again and say, hey, it's time to restock. Do you want to grab another planner for the next quarter? What I want you to do mostly with this email list thing, I want you to stop overthinking it. Okay? Because even if you make a mistake in an email, which I did, do you want to hear the mistake I made a few weeks ago? So we have an email list. What am I doing in my face? Blush. We have an email list that sends out coaching tips. I send out coaching tips from our planners every single week. And I don't know how I did this. I basically sent out 2 of the same email. One was like totally not done. And I was like still in the middle of editing it. I don't know how I managed to like save it to send, but people basically got 2 of the same email twice. One was much more put together and finished and how I intended it to go out. And one was a work in progress. Yeah. I've also sent out an email in the past with like a date that said October when it was November. These things happen. I think I saw one like the other day. I actually shared it on my stories the other day. HBO Max like sent out an email, like a blank email to a bunch of its subscribers the other day. It happens, okay? And I want you to stop overthinking everything that you're doing with your email list, because done is better than perfect and something is better than nothing. And honestly, you could really use it for whatever you want. I mean, you know your people best, right? So like if, for example, you have like a planner shop, I know a lot of planner shops follow me. If you have a planner shop where like, say you draw all of your own stuff, or even if you don't draw your own stuff, like you can send an email out sharing like a sneak peek of what you're working on. Like people love that. They want to know what's coming. I hope you took something from this video, and I hope you are going to go and just like check out Klaviyo. It's honestly, and here's the thing. People, when they see like email lists, they're like, oh, I don't want to pay for that. It's expensive. And I get it. Okay. I get it. When you're starting a business, it's hard to invest in your business, especially when you have avenues like TikTok and Instagram that are free. But I really want you in your business to think ahead, okay? Because yes, like you're paying this money now and you could be doing all of the marketing for free, and you're still going to be doing that, right? Unless you're like doing ads or whatever, which you're already paying money for. But you're paying for this now because you're paying for your freedom in the future. And I'm not lying when I say that. If we didn't have all of the email automation set up for Moxie Life, like I would be running a completely different race in my job. I would be way more stressed. I would need to have so many more manual touch points with our customers to get the point across of what we are trying to communicate with them. And it would be a totally different ballgame. So if you want to invest in your future freedom and your future ease and the future of your business, really, paying a small amount every single month is worth it. Honestly, I can hand on my heart tell you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. This was like a random one for me, but I'm ready for the day. I'm gonna go get to work. I hope you have a great one. I will leave a link to Klaviyo in the description box down below if you want to check it out. I doubt more than 20% of people are like watching to the end of this video because email lists are not sexy, and I'm trying to change that, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.